Marvin Daniel Harrison is a former American football wide receiver in the National Football League. He played college football for Syracuse University, and was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts in the first round of the 1996 NFL Draft. He spent all 13 of his NFL seasons with the Colts, most of them with quarterback Peyton Manning, and is widely considered as one of the greatest and most productive wide receivers in NFL history. Harrison was a Pro Football Hall of Fame finalist for the class of 2014. College career: Harrison attended Syracuse University, where he was a 3-year starter for the Syracuse Orange football team, and playing with quarterback Donovan McNabb in his final year. Harrison set a school record with 2,718 career receiving yards and ranked second in school history with 20 receiving touchdowns to Rob Moore. Harrison graduated with a degree in retailing. Collegiate statistics = Professional career Indianapolis Colts Harrison was selected by the Indianapolis Colts with the 19th selection in the 1996 NFL Draft, a selection which was obtained in a trade that sent Jeff George to the Atlanta Falcons. Harrison went on to become one of the most productive receivers from that draft class, which included Keyshawn Johnson, Eric Moulds, Bobby Ingram, Muhsin Muhammad, Eddie Kenneson, Terry Glenn, Amani Toomer, Joe Horn, and Terrell Owens among others. In 2002 Harrison broke Herman Moore's single-season receptions record by 20 receptions. He finished with 143 catches, and he also had over 1,700 yards receiving. In December 2006 Harrison became just the 4th player in NFL history to record 1,000 receptions, joining Jerry Rice, Chris Carter, and Tim Brown. He is also one of only 7 wide receivers in NFL history to reach 100 touchdowns. During a 2007 game against the Denver Broncos, Harrison injured his knee while attempting a block and was lost for the season, making only a small appearance in their lone playoff game that season. It marked only the second time Harrison had missed regular season action due to injuries and the first since 1998. On December 14, 2008 in a game against the Detroit Lions, Harrison caught his 1,095th career reception, passing Tim Brown for 3rd all-time. He passed Chris Carter to become 2nd on the all-time NFL reception record list with 1,102 receptions during a 23-0 Colts victory over the Tennessee Titans on December 28, 2008. Following the 2008 NFL season, Harrison asked for and was granted his release by the Colts. After sitting out the entire 2009 season, Harrison quietly retired from the NFL. Harrison was inducted into the Indianapolis Colts Ring of Honor during the Week 12 game against the Carolina Panthers on November 27, 2011. Professional statistics NFL records averaged 84.77 receptions per season, which is second to the all-time record held by Sterling Sharpe who averaged 85 receptions per season. He had previously been averaging 93 per season until 2007, where he missed the majority of games with a knee injury, resulting in a 20-reception season. 4th most touchdown receptions in a decade 2000 2009 3rd most receiving yards per game throughout a career, 2nd most receiving yards in a decade 2000 2009, holds the NFL record for receptions in a single season with 143, set in 2002. Most receptions in a 2-season period, 2001 2002. 3-season period, 2000 2002. 4-season period, 1999 2002. 5-season period, 1999 2003. 6-season period, second most surpassed by Wes Welker 2007 2012 seasons, per HMS Radio Show, 1999 2004. 7-season period, 1999 2005. 8-season period, 1999 2006. 9-season period, 1998 2006. 10-season period, 1997 2006. 11-season period, 1996 2006. Most receiving yards in a 4-season period, 1999 Euro 2002. 5-season period, 1999 Euro 2003. Most games in a career with at least 8 receptions, 9 receptions, 11 receptions, 12 receptions, most consecutive games with at least 6 receptions and 9 receptions, most consecutive seasons with at least 5 touchdowns. A Euro shared with Jerry Rice, Don Hutson, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, Terrell Owens, most consecutive seasons with at least 6 touchdowns. A Euro shared with Terrell Owens, Jerry Rice, Don Hutson, most consecutive seasons with at least 5 touchdown receptions. A Euro shared with Jerry Rice, Don Hutson, Chris Carter, Tim Brown, Terrell Owens, most consecutive seasons with at least 6 touchdown receptions. A Euro shared with Jerry Rice, Don Hutson, most consecutive seasons with at least 10 touchdown receptions, most consecutive seasons with at least 11 touchdown receptions, tied with Lance Allworth, Art Powell, most consecutive seasons with at least 14 touchdown receptions, tied with Jerry Rice, consecutive seasons with 1,400-plus receiving yards. 1999 Euro 2002, consecutive seasons with 100-plus receptions. 1999 Euro 2002, consecutive seasons with 82-plus receptions. 1999 Euro 2006. Most games in a single season with at least 6 receptions, 7 receptions, 8 receptions, 9 receptions, 11 receptions. Most games in a season with at least 13 receptions in 1999. A Euro tied with several players, third most games in a single season with 10-plus receptions. Wes Welker and Andre Johnson have 7. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning currently hold the record for most completions between a wide receiver and quarterback with 953. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning currently hold the NFL record for passing touchdowns between a WR and QB with 112. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning currently hold the NFL record for passing yards between a WR and QB with 12,756. Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning currently hold the NFL record for completions in a season between a WR and QB with 143. 2002, Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning held the NFL record for passing yards in a season between a WR and QB with 1,722, 2002. A Euro broken by Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford in 2012. Harrison trails only Jerry Rice in 1,500 or more receiving yard seasons. He has 3 such seasons, Jerry Rice had 4. First player to record 2 seasons of 1,600 yards receiving in NFL history. Torrey Holt became the first player to have 50-plus receptions in his first 11 seasons in NFL history. Torrey Holt became the second on December 27, 2009, with 59 career 100-yard receiving games. Marvin Harrison ranks number 3 all-time behind Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Second fastest player to achieve 100 receiving touchdowns. Consecutive seasons of 1,000-plus all-purpose yards and 10-plus touchdown receptions, 1999 Euro 2006. On December 18, 2006, Marvin Harrison and Indianapolis Colts teammate Reggie Wayne became the only NFL wide receiver tandem to catch 75 receptions and 1,000 yards in 3 straight seasons. The game was on Monday night and was played against the Cincinnati Bengals. On November 17, 2002, made his 600th career reception against the Dallas Cowboys. On October 12, 2003, made his 700th career reception against the Carolina Panthers. And is the fastest player to do so, reaching the mark in 114 games. On November 8, 2004, made his 800th career reception against the Minnesota Vikings. And is the fastest player to do so, reaching the mark in 131 games. On November 20, 2005, made his 900th career reception against the Cincinnati Bengals. And is the fastest player to do so, reaching the mark in 149 career games. On December 10, 2006, made his 1,000th reception against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And is the fastest player to do so, reaching the mark in just 167 career games. On December 28, 2008, made his 1,100th career reception against the Tennessee Titans in his last regular season game and his last game in Indianapolis. He is the fastest player to do so, reaching the mark in just 190 career games. Halfway through the second quarter, he moved into second place for most receptions all-time with 1,102, trailing only Jerry Rice. Most receptions over July 1 seasons, 8 seasons, 9 seasons, 10 seasons, 11 seasons and 13 seasons of career of any NFL receiver, most consecutive games with a reception to start a career, most average receptions per game in a career Euro 1996 Euro 2008, most consecutive games with 8+ receiving yards, a Euro every game, most consecutive games with a 6+ yard reception, a Euro every game, most consecutive games with an 8+ yard reception. Marvin Harrison is in third place for the most consecutive games with a reception, with 190, only behind Jerry Rice who had 274 and Tony Gonzalez who has 196 as of the end of the 2012 season. Connections to shooting incidents: Harrison was sued in a civil lawsuit by Dwight Dixon, a convicted drug dealer, who were both shot outside Chucky's Garage, a North Philadelphia business owned by Harrison, on April 29, 2008. The two men had been in a fight minutes prior to the shooting over an issue that happened a few weeks earlier, when Dixon and Harrison got into a verbal argument when Harrison denied Dixon entry into Playmakers, a sports bar owned and operated by Harrison. Dixon alleged that Harrison was the gunman who shot at him. On January 6, 2009, Philadelphia District Attorney Lynn Abraham confirmed that it was Harrison's gun that fired shots at Dixon, but they had been unable to determine who pulled the trigger. The Philadelphia District Attorney also stated that she was not going to pursue charges in this case due to conflicting witness statements. In fact, within a week of the first shooting, Marvin Harrison was not considered a suspect. Dixon, who had initially given the police a false name and claimed he was robbed by two men when interviewed at the hospital, was subsequently convicted of filing a false report for this incident on January 28, 2009. Dixon was sentenced to 6 months probation. Dixon's attorney reportedly sought a new trial as the conviction violated Dixon's parole in an unrelated case. Harrison is also being sued by Robert Nixon, a victim caught in the crossfire of the shooting who identified Harrison as the shooter in a statement to police. Dixon died on July 21, 2009, after he was shot several times while in his car outside a building 2 blocks away from Harrison's sports bar. At the hospital after the shooting, detectives questioned Dixon before surgery and he stated that it stemmed from the Harrison incident years prior and Harrison had hired a gunman to shoot him. An informant also made a statement asserting the gunman that killed Dixon was Lonnie Harrison, Marvin Harrison's cousin. On June 16, 2010, Sean Nassel of ESPN The Magazine reported that police confiscated a 9mm handgun from Harrison during a routine traffic stop on Wednesday in Philadelphia. Police will test the gun to see if it matches 3 spent 9mm shell casings that ended up inside the truck driven by Dwight Dixon at the scene of an April 2008 shooting. Dixon, who eventually was shot and killed after filing a civil lawsuit, claimed that the casings come from a second gun that Harrison fired. Authorities already have matched other bullets to a separate gun that Harrison owns Euro, and that he stated was in his home on the day the shooting occurred. Police found the gun during a search of Harrison's Escalade. The stop occurred as Harrison drove the vehicle the wrong way on a one-way street. Harrison claimed he did not have a gun. But police believe they saw Harrison put what appeared to be a weapon in the console between the 2 front seats. They concluded that they had probable cause to search the vehicle, and they found the gun. Harrison was not charged. Another incident occurred in 2014, when Harrison narrowly escaped a Philadelphia shooting. References. External links: Indianapolis Colts bio, career statistics and player information from NFL.com Eurocent Yahoo! Sports Eurocent Pro Football Reference.